we see this guy, Pastor Todd. He takes a different. He took a very intense approach.
That's a wild boy. That's
a wild
right
boy. You know what I mean?
Who's even wilder? His fucking brother, who was able to stand through that.
That was his brother.
That was his brother. That was his blood brother. Like I wanted to be a fly on the wall in the room whenever they set that shit up, because it's like who
definitely. Yeah, it definitely was a payoff on that shit.
Who scripted this, bro? Yeah, I don't know how much money you could pay me to have my brother loogie in my face, dog. That's kind of I don't know.
You know what I was telling them, Jenny. I said, man, that shit wasn't for us. Him doing that was not for me and you. Me personally, I've seen it before. Wasn't my cup of tea, right? Just, based off, I know what he's talking about. I fuck with some of the shit he's saying, you know what I mean? It's more like Joel Osteen type of bag, with more of a hip hop spin to it, but it just wasn't for me. So I feel like him doing something like that was for the people that follow him, though. And when you got people that fuck with you, they'll go with you off the cliff.
Thanks.
That was just an increase to prove to them a point of spiritual intensity. See, me and you, we don't need that type of spiritual intensity. That was just obscene for us. Yeah. But I do understand why he did the shit. You feel me? And he got people talking.
And that's crazy to me too, because I was trying to see the intent behind it. And it's got people talking, but bro, you already got 1 million followers on IG. Like, how much more attention do you really need? Like, you're already one of the top, I feel like, from what I've seen, top reposted preachers that are out there. So it's like, what were you really trying to accomplish? So I can't speak on what the brother did or why he did it. I would love to know. I got a homie, his mom follows him. She's not like a follower of his church, but she follows him. And he had hit her up and he sent us the screenshots, and she tried to explain it. She was like, yeah, it's kind of taken out of context. It was about this story, X, Y, and Z. She doubled back. She was like, actually, matter of fact, I don't know this nigga. I ain't never seen that nigga in my life. That's crazy. Nope, ain't heard a word about this man, and ended up unfollowing him from Instagram.
Right.
Like, it's hard for me to have an opinion on it, bro, because that's not my faith, number one. And number two, like you said, that's not something that I would ever need to be able to sell my point, because I practice a lot of things that I feel have like focuses on results, right? So we have faith, yeah, that's cool, but how long could you keep your faith in a system or religion that didn't give you any type of prosperity? Right. So I know Nichiren Buddhism is a practice that in their belief system, it's you have to study to show yourself approved. You have to actually put practice and the work in. But the third principle is results. Like, they're not about to be doing all this work for nothing. So it's like, all right, I don't have to spit in my brother's face to be able to prove a point about the God that we're serving or the mission and the goals and the statement. You're already seeing that. You're already living that, so I'm not about to tax myself double time. I'm already getting taxed by the real world. You gonna spit in my face, bro? No, I'm cool,
man. And that goes to the point of, what actually is faith. You know what I mean? And in the science, we define faith as positive expectation. You know what I mean? And that breaks it more so down than having a blind faith. Right. A lot of people say you have to be blind faith, meaning you don't really know what to expect, but no matter what you're going through, you're just going to expect God to work it out. Cool, but sometimes not intense, not lacking intent. What is the intent? The intent is positivity. Right. If we can focus and say, look, no matter what this obstacle is, this is like an obstacle course. So I'm expanding, fortifying. So down the line, I run into something similar. I don't shatter. I know that this is a purpose behind this. So, but if you're talking to people, it depends on what spiritual level you on. Because me and you, we see somebody getting spit in the face. But be reminded, A lot of pastors are this is about being theatrical.
Mm-hmm.
So this is almost like WWE to bring home a point. Mm-hmm. So we see it and immediately be like, whoa, that's not logical. Mm-hmm. But maybe they connected with his congregation. In order for him to be bold enough to do that, he knew the overwhelming majority of his congregation was gonna feel that. But that ain't our level of intensity. That's not how we distribute spiritual intensity.
Yeah, and you mentioned Joel Osteen earlier. I'll never stop telling this story, bro. And you know, it's all performative. Cause I remember I went to go see bro in person one time because the homie came to visit Houston and he wanted to go see Joel Osteen's church. Like, all right, that's cool. So we went along with him. And bro, he got up there and fake cried on stage twice. And the way that he did it was just so obvious. I'm just like, bro, there's no way. Cause I guess Joel Osteen had some of his family there, and his like nephew or something used to be addicted to drugs. So he had him come up on stage and whatever. He was telling the story and he did the cry. I was like, I mean, I could call it, but all right, yeah, I'll let you slide with that one. Like that one was, you sold it. It's cool. Mm-hmm. Bro kept on going through his sermon, and he goes back to references his family. Like, yeah, when it was me, my wife, and my nephew Jim. Yeah, and he goes back. I'm like, bro, what? Like, you really just like broke into a quick 5-second tear just to be able to like, nah, bro, come on. Like, you're not. There's no way that everybody's falling for this. But at the same time, it might be, right? Because there are a lot of people that are misguided. There are a lot of people that just are so desperate for help or so desperate for an answer that they're willing to take anything at this point. So like they'll blindly, like you said, cognitive dissonance. The brain can block out some shit, bro. Like whenever I don't know, like, times you've been in love or thought you was in love, and then you saw something in somebody and you just brushed it off, and then you broke up with them or whatever happened, and then you came back and really thought about it. It was like, how did I not see that? How did I not? Like, it's the same thing with your religious teachers, your religious spiritual masters. Like, they could be on some suspect type of time, and because they hold the keys that you're looking for, you're not even really pressing them on it. So it's like that accountability of knowing that, how you said, what do you individually have to do for yourself to be able to have clear faith, have a faith that works for you and that has, again, like I said, yields results. So, I can't have faith in something that hasn't proven me before. Like, that's blind faith, like I'm going into battle with a gun I never fired or practiced with before. Like, you would never. So why would you do that with your spirit?
Exactly. And it goes to that line in the ancient text. It goes to that line in the ancient text. Faith without works is dead.
Dead.
You know what I mean? And also with us not defining what faith is, which is, we say, positive expectation. What is the work? Mm-hmm. The work is the spiritual work is the affirmation, daily, the yoga, you know what I mean? The meditation, the incense burning, the Tai Chi, the Muay Thai. These are all things used to bring the body into submission so that when you interact with something in the world that does not match your manifestation, your particular direction that you're headed, you can deny that. It's like, whoa, okay, you're trying to tell me I'm going to walk outside and get sick. It doesn't match my manifestation of I am health. That didn't match my affirmation of earlier when I said I am wealth. I look at my bank account, it's saying this, but my frequency and the universe is telling me it works in my favor. So therefore, if I say I am wealth, I'm going to stick to this vibration longer than this world can last. I'm eternal. I'm just playing in the body.
Yeah, there you go.
You see, I'm just playing in the body. I'm here for, you know what I mean? I'm here for a good time the whole time, actually.
And the whole time, yeah, exactly.
The whole time, not a good time for, you know what I'm saying, for a short time, whatever they be saying. I'm here for a good time the whole time. However long it is, I'm going to stick to what I said I'm going to get in that affirmation. That's work though. Yeah. That's work.
No, yeah, I was about to say, you just got to step outside, bro. Like how you said, everybody think that they can kind of just like craft it to where they don't have to go through no trials, no tribulations at all, and that's, you cheating yourself at that point, because it's like you need those variables. You need that polarity as far as like your experience to be able to show that yes, you can overcome this with that work. You can overcome this with that faith. But a lot of people are scared to really even put it on the line, put it to test. Like if I'm training all day in Muay Thai, I never really stepped into a ring with nobody. How I really know this work? So it's like, yeah, step outside, man, and then that way you can actually get, I like that. You can actually get what's owed to you. Because if you staying inside your box the whole time, God ain't gonna find you there. That's easy,
man. That's easy. A lot of people don't want to go outside because you got to clock in as soon as you step out that door.
Yeah, facts.
You got to clock in, bro. And it's more easy to see somebody, white spit on somebody's face and say, okay, that's you know what I mean? That's a level that I want to be shit on. But what is the, but where is the positive outcome? You need that problem to multiply. So I'm not in no way, fashion saying that what he did was wrong because I don't know the level of understanding the people he's talking to have. But see, when you're spiritually sound and intact, you just want people to get to that point. Like I seen a meme a while ago. It said some people taking the vaccine, some people not. But in the middle, it said everybody want to be healthy. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not here to argue, was it right or was it wrong? Was it functional for me? No. Did it get the point across to some 17-year-old dude that never heard any higher information in his life? Hopefully. Hopefully.
And that's going to trigger who you really are too. Because again, like we said, it's people that are just gonna just go with that because they don't know nowhere else to turn. But then there's going to be other people who's like, yo, he was so wild. Let me really research what he was talking about. Like, not for the sake of just to like justify what he did, but like, let me get some clarity because this shit is fucking with me right now. Like, I just seen a grown man spit in another grown man's face and play with it. Like, hold on. Like, I know this can't be, the extent of what the level is. So now, this individual is actually reading the story and actually, doing their due diligence. So it's like, it's all about each individual and what you really have for yourself. Cause like you said, you can't pull it out of nobody. They got to do it for themselves, bro. So it's like, do you need that guidance, that leadership all the time, no matter who it is or what they're saying, or can you actually function on your own to be able to make your own cognitive decisions and say, all right, this is what makes sense to me. This is how I interpret this. This is how this applies to my specific life. And this is how I'm going to implement it. Like,
yeah. Cause I like I said, I'll never, and we, you know what I'm saying? I could say safely that we're not going to shit on somebody's level. Whatever level you on, bro, I just want you to get enlightenment. Yeah, I want you to get the enlightenment and think. If that's what you're on and that produces, like you said, that positive outcome, bro, if that's going to get you the wealth, the health, for you to see that, I ain't mad at you, bro. You feel me? I'm not mad at you. I just want you to know you need to have some intent behind your intensity. Whatever you're taking in, navigate so you can mitigate your energy distribution, bro, and live. Be, you know what I'm saying? Be one. Be one with the God energy. Don't be separate from it.
Yeah.
Don't wait to die to fly, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everybody don't understand, bro. This is closer than what you think. Everybody reaching for something. It's right there with you.
Luke 17:10. In the midst. Don't look neither here nor there. The kingdom of heaven is in your midst. Hey, I'm a Bible scholar, man. I love that book. I love that book, man.
I love that. Real. I appreciate that. Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We can take it. Yeah.
Because everybody that want to claim that they woke or know something, they trying to shit on people's spirituality. Like everybody got a little bit of piece of the truth. There's no way that these things can be withstanding for this long and be complete bullshit. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, all this came from one source anyway, right? It came from the original truth anyway. So yeah, it might be a little, shaken up a little bit, but you can't deny the powers that come with it because it came from a certain power in itself. That's a living book, bro, for sure.
And it was exactly evolving. Evolving with the times is why all these books are still here. But if you look at it as a continuation and not an evolution, you fucked. You fucked. Yeah. It's not a continuation. This shit is an evolution. It's supposed to continually evolve based on the people. You know what I mean? The time. Straight up, bro.